Hey everybody, Austin back again, this time with an unboxing video. I placed an order for a PC Engine Super CD-ROM system, and here it is, still in its box. A few years back, I actually bought a turbografx system, and you know, back then I did an unboxing video for it. I don't do a lot of unboxing videos, but if I get something special, like, well, my turbografx, I do like to do an unboxing video every now and then. So, you know, since I did one for this guy right here, I figured it would be fitting to do it for the Super CD-ROM attachment as well. Now, the reason I actually bought this is that, you know, well, I have a turbografx. But a few years back, I actually had sold my Turbo Duo, which basically meant I could no longer play CD or Super CD-ROM 2 games. And ever since I did that, and because I have a turbografx, I've always had my eye on the Super CD-ROM attachment. And so now I can play Super CD-ROM games again, and so all is well in the land of PC Engine and Turbo Duo stuff. So I've got my trusty knife here. Let's go ahead and crack this guy open. You know, I ordered this over the weekend, and the seller told me, hey, I'm not going to be able to ship it out till Monday. And today's Wednesday, as of recording this. So the guy shipped it out Monday, express mail, which is pretty much the only way you can buy consoles from Japan. Well, I wouldn't buy them any other way, at least. Definitely would not want a Super CD-ROM attachment lost in the mail, uninsured and untracked. But yeah, he shipped it out Monday from Japan, and it got here today, 2 days later. I mean, I've had some fast shipments from Japan before. You know, like my Neo Geo CD system was like 4 or 5 days or something like that. But I've never had it 2 days. That is just, it just seemed very crazy to me. I mean, I'm glad I got it that fast, but wow, 2 days shipping. So yeah, here we are now, unboxing this guy. Now let's, trying to be careful with it in case the system, yeah, I can feel a box there, so I definitely don't want to be etching into the system itself, assuming that is the console itself. So, oh no, it's cardboard. Good seller. He's a good man. Look at that. It's just cardboard. So, it wasn't the console I was cutting into, thankfully. I felt something solid here up top, but you know, Japanese sellers, they really know what they're doing. From my personal experience, anyway. This isn't to say every Japanese seller you know, is a savant, but you know, the Japanese sellers I've dealt with have always had really, really good packaging. Well, actually, there was one instance where the packaging wasn't so good, but I don't shop from them anymore. So, we have probably my least favorite thing in all of shipment, though, and this is right after saying the Japanese do an amazing job of shipping, is packing peanuts. I really don't like packing peanuts. They're a pain in the ass to clean up. But, whatever. Let's dig right into this. So, and first and foremost, they write, "This is a Japanese system." Oh, they say, please use a voltage converter for safety reasons. For any of you guys that are watching that buy imported systems, do you actually do this? Do you use a voltage, I believe a step-down converter? Because, yeah, Japan is 100 volts. And I believe, I want to say America, or the United States is 120, so I've never actually used a step-down converter, and I've been using Japanese consoles for a very long time, and I've personally never had any issues. But for anybody else watching, if you do, let me know if you do, and why you do, and if you think I should start doing it. I've never done it before, and I've never had any issues, and I've owned probably at least a dozen Japanese platforms. So, yeah. So anyway, here we go. Let's pull this bad boy out. Now, this box is not in perfect condition, unfortunately. It's actually, physically, from what I could tell in the pictures, it's really nice, except it's faded on one side. And you know what? I've been looking for these systems for a very long time, and when they come up, they're usually in really bad condition. Not just like fading and stuff like that, but I'm also talking like the boxes is rough, you know, you can tell chunks of the cardboard are eaten out. And these systems are they're pretty rare. I mean, you can go on eBay right now and find them. There's going to be at least a handful on there. But these are a lot harder to come by, especially with the box in good condition. than, say, a Turbo Duo or a Japanese PC Engine Duo. So of the Duo family, so to say, or the Super CD-ROM family, I'd say this is one of the more difficult ones to get, especially in great, fantastic condition. So, you know, I've been looking for these for a couple of years now, or actually about a year and a half now, and I've never found them in great condition. But the one I saw on eBay was definitely in nicer shape, aside from the fading on one side, than the other ones I saw. So I figured, you know what, I'm probably not gonna find a better one anytime soon, at least not in this price range. So I went ahead and bit the bullet, and I got it. So, oh man, look at that. Yeah, that's the faded side. There you go, you can sort of see it. And you know what, this is one of those instances where I think it doesn't look quite as good in person as it did in the photo auction. The auction photos, the photo auctions. All right, let me toss that over there. So yeah, here we go, guys. The PC Engine Super CD-ROM attachment. And now, essentially what this was for core graphics owners, or, you know, owners of the later model base PC engines, and this would basically automatically upgrade their systems to Turbo Duo status or PC Engine Duo status. Remember that there was the PC Engine CD-ROM system, and then released in America as the turbografx CD, and that only had a certain level of capability. And then they released the Super CD-ROM 2 format, which existing CD-ROM owners could pretty much upgrade their system with an extra RAM card, almost kind of like the Nintendo 64 expansion pack, which added more memory as well. Or people with just the base system, or in my case, SuperGrafx, could just go straight to the Turbo Duo with one add-on that just pretty much slides onto the back of the system. So, yeah. It's actually probably going to look pretty goofy in my SuperGrafx, but I'll show you that once I get this unboxed. So let's go ahead and crack it open. But yeah, I mean, the corners and the edges, they're not too beat up. They're not too worn. I mean, yeah, it's faded, but you know, I think I can live with that. I'd rather have a nice clean looking box than have one that is just faded and trashed. So, I mean, the shape of the box is very, very good. So yeah, and again, like I said, these guys are definitely not as easy to come by as Turbo Duos, especially PC Engine Duos, I should say. The PC Engine Duos are a lot easier to come by than the American Turbo Duo, and they're not quite as expensive as that. So looks like the seller also put packing peanuts in here. So let me see if I can do this without dropping the system. Come on, packing peanuts. Just so I don't have to dig them out by hand. They're not coming out. So let me take the... Oh man, this is big. Holy crap. This is definitely larger than I thought it was going to be. Uh-oh. Ah, shoot. Let's get these out of there. Throw that way. I definitely want to save those. Whew. Oh, he threw in something else. Oh, no, this is just like a folder with my manuals and so forth. That's pretty cool. I'm not sure what, obviously it's probably from a manga or a anime of some sort. So here we got the instruction manual with some of the extra paperwork. That was another thing, is that it had all the paperwork. It had, I believe, the original power supply, which with my SuperGrafx, I actually did not get the original power supply from what I can tell. And yep, this is the original power supply. It's NEC, and man, that's big. What's actually nice about this is that, unlike, say, the Sega CD and the 32X, once you attach this, you just have to plug the system in with this. So even though you have two consoles kind of attached to one another, they're both powered with one AC adapter, which is really nice. So even though this is big, this is going to basically replace my SuperGrafx AC adapter. So, and here is the Super CD-ROM attachment. Just like that. Looks interesting. I mean, yeah. I'm not sure what how I feel about the overall design of the system, especially once I'm going to have it attached to the turbografx. But it's really cool to finally be holding one of these things. I've never actually seen one of these in person before. Much like my Bandai Apple Pippin I showed you guys about 6 or 7 months ago. I have never actually seen a Super CD-ROM 2 in person. This is just not something that you see a lot of people going after because they're expensive, and you've got to have one of the base, base PC engines already, either the turbografx, which is a little pricey, or a core graphics or something like that. I don't think this will work on an American TurboGrafx 16. I really don't think it does. If it does, post a comment below, because that would actually be pretty cool if it did. So there's, I believe that's the power port right there. And we just open it up. Oh, it's not a, it doesn't go up on its own. That's interesting. But I don't think the Turbo Duos went up on its own either. So, okay, same design pretty much. It looks like the CD tray is nice and firm. It's got an interesting tray, sort of like a, it's hard to see, but sort of like a cone of some sort. Yeah, the system's pretty clean overall. It's got a couple nicks. It's got like a scratch right here, but this is, it's the sort of thing that, yeah, this right here is probably, it's over 20 years old. I'd say this is probably 23 or 24 years old. How old is this? Is there a manufacture date on the back? No manufacturer date, unfortunately, so I can't tell you exactly how old it is, but you got to keep in mind that the Turbo Duo and the PC Engine Duo, this came out, I want to say, in 91 or 92, so it was relevant between that 92 to 95 time frame or so. Or I'd say probably 94, because then the PCFX came out, and that was NEC's main platform for not very long, unfortunately. That was one of those failed systems that I'd also like to get, but unfortunately did not do very well on the market despite the hardware being pretty decent. So yeah, there's our Super CD-ROM 2. You got the AV port on the side right there. It uses the exact same power as the other system, and it looks like we have AC in and out. So essentially what happens is, I believe, okay, yeah. Oh, I get it. Okay. I don't get it. I sort of get it. I don't even know how this works. There's DC in, DC out, and I'm assuming the DC out goes from here to here because there is a little attachment cable, and whatever, I'll eventually figure it out. So there you go, Super CD-ROM 2 attachment. Let's go ahead and plug it up to the old turbografx here, and turbografx has a block or cover on the bay, and all right. This is gonna be huge. Wow. I think this basically almost qualifies as one of the biggest gaming consoles ever made. Eat your heart out, original Xbox or Neo Geo CD or even the Neo Geo AES. Look how big this is. I mean, huge. That is, oh man, it looks so goofy, but it's cool at the same time. Man, that's cool. So. It's actually, oh man, someone needs to make a guitar out of these two things combined together. It's just like, oh man, I'm glad to have it, but yet I'm kind of mocking it all at the same time. I didn't think it was gonna be that big. I thought the CD part would, I didn't think it would stick out that far, to be honest with you. But hey, there you have it, guys. The turbografx with the PC Engine Super CD-ROM 2 attachment. So yeah, there you have it. I'm going to be hooking this up shortly, trying out some games. Unfortunately, because I had sold my Turbo Duo a couple years back, I ended up selling pretty much all of my PC Engine CD-ROM games at the same time because I had nothing to play them on. You know, I had games like Spriggan, Mark II. I had, you know, some of the other CD shooters like Gradius 2, R-Type Complete, Twin Hawk on CD, Sidearms on CD, stuff like that. And it looks like I'm probably going to be having to invest in them again. But because mostly pinball takes up a lot of my, well, because pinball takes up most of my hobby, income, finances, money, whatever you want to call it, pinball ends up taking up most of my money these days, so I haven't been spending that much on video games aside from this. And so I'm probably going to hold off on picking up some CDs for a little while. But I do still have my Dracula X Rondo of Blood, which isn't going anywhere because my Castlevania collection is off limits. And then I also picked up a really cheap one up at Starland called Boy Conan. And apparently that's based on an anime from the late 70s. And I watched a quick YouTube video of it, and it's a side-scrolling action platformer. And I was like, meh, looks alright. And it was only $8 complete, so I went ahead and picked that up as well. So I will have at least 2 games to try out. And down the road, I'd like to eventually get Super Raiden and probably R-Type Complete once more. So there you have it, guys. The PC Engine Super CD-ROM 2. As usual, I'd like to say thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. And you know, I'll be back with some more videos in the future. I'm not sure when, but definitely stay tuned. So until next time, guys, take care.